Hello and welcome to today's stretch class. I have Hazel and Nugget joining me for however long today, and we're not using any equipment today. It's a full body stretch with a little bit of a bias towards our lower back, releasing in extension and flexion. Okay, so we're going to start just by standing with our feet stacked directly underneath our hips. Okay, sitting up and out of the hips here, nice and tall, and we're just going to have both hands next to our legs, and we're just going to take our rib cage towards our hips. And I want you to reach down as far as you can, pushing into the opposite hip, and then drawing all the way back up, drawing rib cage towards your hip, other side. Okay, so just keep using your breath here, in through the nose, out through the mouth as we drop down. And last one, and then we're going to add the arm. And coming back up, and now let's take the arm all the way over. And as we come out of it, let's drop the arm down, add a little dip through the chest, and rise all the way back up. And other side, taking it over. And dip, reaching all the way down as far as you can, and coming back up. Let's go other side. Start increasing your range here as you drop down, so all the way to the side, get a little pause here, and then exhale, start to scoop down, rolling all the way back up when you come to the center. Let's go 4 more here. I'm hoping that the side of your trunk starts to get a little bit warmer, but when we come forward, you feel it either through your lower back, you might feel your calves, your hamstrings. Last one on each side. And coming all the way up. Okay, so we're just going to start warming up through the feet and the ankles here. So let's bend through the knees, rise up onto the toes, lower back down. And then as you extend the leg, come into a forward fold. So getting into the calves and the hamstrings. Rolling all the way back up and bending the knees, rising up into the toes, lowering down, and forward fold. Good. Okay, let's do 3 more here. Bending the knees, rising up, lower down, and forward fold. Last one. Lower and forward. Okay, so from here we're going to start walking out into a down dog. You can have your knees bent if you need from here. We want to try and keep the heels on the floor, and we're going to walk out. Push the chest through. Let's rise up for 2. 2. And then walking it all the way in, keeping the heels on the floor. So remember, bend your knees as much as you need to. If you need to keep a bend the whole time, rise, and then come all the way back in. You're more than welcome to. Keep pushing the chest through. And last one. And now from here we're just going to take the knees both down to the mat, and we're just going to go reaching to one side and then looking to the other. On your bed. Hazel, on your bed. So we want to make sure that we're not collapsing through the lower back too much here. Sit down. Good girl. Let's go 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, and now we're going into flexion and extension. So we're going to pull the tailbone up towards the ceiling, push the chest through, your chin can come up slightly, and then rounding through the spine, pushing the floor away. And sinking back through, and rounding. Let's go 3, 2, So this should feel like a pretty gentle stretch. And last one. And up. Okay, now we're just going to get into some active stretching or active movement through here. So we're going to be lifting the leg out to the side, all the way up, and then control it all the way back down. Okay, so we're doing a circle with the knee. The knee goes out. We then lift the knee up so the foot is, well, the leg is square, and then we just control it straight back down. So we actually do these in Pilates. It's a good exercise with some ankle weights on as a strength exercise, but I do want you to work on being as active as possible, warming us up through a big range here. So trying not to lean into one side, and let's just go circling. Reverse your circle so the leg goes straight up and then the leg comes out to the side. So when we do it this way, let's try and think about, once we've lifted the leg and it goes out to the side, pull the knee up as close to your armpit as possible and then control it all the way back down. Okay, start increasing your range a little bit more. Don't stress too much about square hips. Let's go 3. And last one. Okay, now let's go to the other side. So the leg goes out to the side, back and down. You can be on your elbows if you'd prefer. And let's go 4 more and then we'll reverse them. It's normal to start feeling your glutes working a little bit, and let's go reverse up, pulling all the way up towards your arm and then control back down. Keep breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. And let's go 4 more. And 1. Nice and 1. Okay, so we're going to take the hands out in front of us. You can just tuck your toes if you like, and we're going to push into one side and then the other. Stay. And let's go 5, 4, and last one. Awesome. Okay, and we're just going to sit down on our bottom. We're going to get a little bit of movement through the neck and the shoulders. So we'll just start sitting up nice and tall. Doesn't matter how your legs are situated. You could have them crossed in a frog out in front of you. And we're going to go with the arms out to the side. And now from here, we're just going to go twisting, twisting, come to the center. And now I want you to circle the arms, circle the shoulders, the arms stay straight. For 2, 2, and then back. Twist, twist, circle, and you can reverse your circle each time. So building some body awareness here, being able to move our body through this range without the floor helping us as an anchor. Okay, so don't stress if this feels a little bit uncoordinated or you can't quite get both to circle at the same time, or it's quite a small range. That's fine. That's what we're working on. We're always improving on our active range here. Let's go 1 more. Twist and twist, circle and circle. Okay, so we're going to take both hands down to the floor. Now I want you to try and get the hands, the palms flat on the floor here, and we're keeping them fixed, and we're just going to take the head to one side. Feeling the stretch through the neck, so if I'm dropping my left ear down, you should be feeling the stretch through the right side. Okay, and then back to the center, and let's go other side, pushing down. Keep pushing the opposite hand into the floor, and center, let's go forward. Gently coming up, and then last one, reaching towards the ceiling. do that one more time on each side. So we're going to drop away. And now if this feels comfortable for you, we're going to, from here, from this side, we're going to drop down in front. And then reach all the way back up to the center. And let's go other side, reaching away. Keep pushing the shoulder away from the ear and dropping forward. And coming up. Okay, and now we're just going to turn our head to one side, looking back as far as you can, keeping the shoulders square, back to the center. And other side. Back to the center, and let's go up. Trying not to slouch here. Keep sitting up nice and tall and forward. And the last one. And forward. Okay, so we're going to get into our sort of calf and hamstring work now. So let's just take one leg out in front of you and we'll just keep the other one bent next to you here. Now we're going to flex your bottom leg first, and we're just going to take the arms up as high as you can, and we're going to reach as far forward as you can from here, hinging from the hip, pushing the chest through, and rising all the way up. And now let's point your foot, reaching forward again. So I'm hoping that you feel this stretch in your calf a lot more when your foot is flexed, okay? So where your toes are drawing up towards you. And forward, pointing, and forward. And let's go 2 more. The last one. And we're going to hold it here, okay? So just grab your leg wherever you can reach. So if you can reach your toes, go for there. Otherwise, if it's towards the knee, that's fine as well. And we just want to make sure we have a little bit of tension, that we can gently pull ourselves down from our leg, okay? So taking a deep breath in. As you exhale, let's try and pull down. And we're going to hold here for 5. 3, 2, and 1, coming all the way up. And now from here, I want you to bend the knee and pull it in towards your chest. And we're going to flex your foot. Okay, and now just extend the leg as high as you can from here. So if you get to about here, that's fine, okay? There's no right and wrong in terms of your range. Okay, so knee is up nice and close, and let's extend it as high as you can. And then control it all the way down. And let's do 4 more. 4. Pushing the heel up towards the ceiling, controlling down. 3, 2, and last one. Okay, lowering all the way down, and let's do that on the other side. So bending your other leg now, the one that you were just moving, and let's flex your foot to start. Reaching the hands up nice and tall, sitting up and out of the hips. Big breath in, and exhale, reaching as far forward as you can. Imagine your belly button is dropping down first, rising up, and pointing your foot, reaching forward. Good, let's keep it going. Flexing your foot, pull the toes towards you. And pointing. Second last one, flexing the foot. And pointing the foot, we're going to get a hold here. Leg as straight as you can. Try and match where you were reaching on the other side. If you can't, it's no drama, but it's good to know where the imbalances are. And I don't recommend working on one side if it feels tighter than the other. Let's keep holding while I talk. I want you to try and hold them for the same amount, the same intensity, until they're both sort of even, and then progress when they're on par, okay? You always have one side that's probably a little bit tighter than the other, but if it's significant, if your range, say, is here on the first one and it's here on the second, let's keep working them both. Keep the good one where it's at, and then keep improving the one that needs the improvement, okay? And coming all the way up, let's pull the knee in towards our chest here, sitting up nice and tall, flexing your foot, so draw your toes towards you. And now let's go all the way up as high as you can, and then controlling it all the way back down. Keep it going. And down. How we going, guys? Good day. And let's go 2 more. And last one. And dropping it all the way down. Nice. So let's take our hands to the floor, and we're just going to place our feet flat, and let's drop one knee in, drawing the knee up, then other side dropping it down, and all the way up. Okay, so we're starting to get warm through the hips, your inner thighs, through your groin. And let's go 6, 4, 2, and 1. Okay, moving into our lower back warm-up work now. We're going to start laying flat on our back from here and work with some knee drops either side. Laying flat, and your hands can either be out to the side or behind your head, and we're just going to take both knees all the way over, trying to keep the opposite shoulder down on the floor. Okay, and drawing all the way back in, and other side, all the way over and back. Good. So your hips can lift off. You just want to keep the opposite shoulder down, creating that twist through the back. If this is feeling a little bit too intense for you, you can lift the shoulder off the floor, okay? That'll help to alleviate the strength of the stretch there, the severity. And let's go 2 more. And in, other side. And in. Okay, so we're going to add on with a leg. So as we take it to the side, we extend, flex your foot, drawing it all the way back in, and all the way back up. Other side, dropping, flexing the foot, pulling it up, and all the way back in. Let's go 4, 3, 2, and last one. And all the way in. Okay, we're going to hug our knees in towards our chest, and let's get a couple of rocks in. So lifting the tailbone up, and then lifting the chest if you can. Let's go 10 here. Imagine you're rolling down through each vertebrae at a time. 4, last one. Okay, have a little breather. Now we're going to get into some more rocks with an extended leg. If the rocks weren't good for you and you sat them out, let's just work with both legs out in front, and you'll just be reaching forward and then coming all the way back up. Forward and back up. Okay, otherwise if you feel comfortable doing the rocks, we're going to pull the knees in towards your chest, rocking all the way back towards your shoulders, and then extending the legs and reaching as far forward as you can. Going all the way in, all the way back, flexing the foot and forward. Let's go 5. 3. 2nd last one. Keep reaching as far forward as you can. Try and increase your range on each one. And 1. Okay, so we're all going to stay in our forward reach here with both legs extended. Now, wherever you are, we're going to take the left hand to the right leg, okay? And then we're going to reach the right arm across. Sit down. Sit. Sit. Good. Right arm is reaching across. On your bed. On your bed. Good girl. Good girl. So from here we want to keep thinking about pushing the right shoulder down away from our ears. Reaching back as far as you can, your eye gaze can be to your right hand. And drawing it all the way in, let's go other side. Keep exhaling as you increase your twist. And coming all the way in. So if you're feeling this more in your upper back, that's pretty normal with the reach of the arm. Okay, now from here we're going to go into a different sort of twist. I'm hoping that you do feel it more in your lower back now. Okay, so we're going to take the left hand to the right leg again, but we're just going to keep the right hand down on the floor, and then we're twisting across from there. Okay, so you can use the floor to increase your stretch a little bit, pushing into the floor and pushing away with the hand on the leg. Just be nice and gentle here. If you want to increase this or just start to progress, you're more than welcome to start bending through the right arm, pushing the chest towards the floor, and then rising all the way back up. Okay, just be nice and gentle. Let's go 3 more. 2. And last one. Drawing it all the way up, let's go other side. So opposite, reaching across. You can just get a little hold here, a static hold before we move. Let your body adjust to this stretch. And then moving through the range when you're ready. You don't have to. Rise and lower. Let's go 5 more. 4. 2. And last one. Alrighty. So we're going to come back over into a 4-point kneel, and we're going to come up into a down dog from here. So tucking the toes under and rising the hips up. Okay, so we're going to lift one leg. It doesn't matter what leg you choose. Don't stress too much about the bottom foot being flat on the floor, but the flatter it is, the more base you'll have to balance off to here. So the leg that's elevated, we're going to bend the knee, and now we're just going to be lifting. So start with the knees together. This leg is bent, and now we're going to lift the knee all the way up towards the ceiling, open through the hips, push the hip up towards the ceiling, and then control it all the way down. Okay, so I'm moving out of my square alignment, working with some extension and rotation through the spine, opening up through the hip. I actually feel this stretch in the front of my belly as well. And let's go 6 more. 5. So it doesn't matter how high your leg is, down here is good. 4. 2. And last one, holding it up. Okay, now from here we're going to just extend the leg from the knee. So wherever your knee is, we're going to lift up and then control it all the way back down. Okay, so it can be as low as here. You don't even have to open the hips as much, and you can just extend away and then bend it all the way back in. Extend away and bend back in. Okay? Remember, there's no right and wrong with your range. Just different parts of your journey. And let's go 4 more. 3. And last one. bending it all the way in and dropping it down. Nice. Let's do all of that on your other side. So lifting the other foot up off the floor, and let's go open through the hips. Don't stress about keeping your shoulders square here either, okay? And lowering, rising up, and lowering back down. You want your core engaged here. Let's go 4 more. 2. And last one. Holding it up, pushing the knee up towards the ceiling, and now let's go extending the leg and bending it back in. Remember, it doesn't matter how high or low your leg is, as long as you're getting a stretch. Your shoulders will probably be working quite hard here as well, especially now that we've been in this position for a little while. Keep using your breath, and let's go 4, 3, and last one. Coming all the way down. And let's give our head a little bit of a breather. Let the blood come back out of our head here. Just give yourself a moment. So we're going to be coming into a lunge position from here. We're going to be focusing on the extension through our lumbar spine. So that means the back bend through the lower back. Now, don't stress if you're not getting a stretch in your hip flexor and your quad. We'll be coming back to that sort of stretching at the end of class, okay? So we're going to take the same hand as the leg onto the leg here. Opposite arm to the front leg is reaching up towards the ceiling, sitting up and out of the hips. And then we're going to push the hips forward, reaching the chest back. Turning your chin towards your chest, and we're going to extend the front leg and just reach down. Moving through some flexion, rising back up, neutral spine, reaching all the way up, and extension. Making sure you're always tucking your chin back to your chest when you come up so you're not straining through the front of the neck. Reaching forward. And let's go 1 more on this side. Forward, bringing it back, and let's go other side, warming up through our extension, reaching all the way up through the hips and back, chin to your chest, whoops, coming forward, flexing your foot, and back up. It's normal to feel your lower back, your upper back. You might even feel your hip flexor a little bit as you sink the hip forward. Let's go 2 more. And last one. Forward. And coming back. Okay, so we're going to lay down on our belly from here, and we're just going to take the arms all the way up in front of, or overhead in front of you from here. And now we're going to be rising up through the upper body. So keeping the arms nice and straight, and we're going to lift the hands up off the floor, take the hands behind you, reaching them back forward, and coming all the way down. Okay, rising back up. All the way back, reaching forward and coming down. Let's go last time, rising up, back. Okay, now we're going to hold this position here. See if you can take your hands or clasp your hands together. Okay, and then try and extend the arms away. Pull the shoulders up off the floor. If you can't quite reach the hands together, you could hold like a towel and try and get your hands closer together towards the towel, or you could just stay reaching back, pulling them as close together as you can. Okay? And we're going to get a hold here. Keep reaching up nice and high, holding for 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, coming down. Okay, and we're going to place the hands next to us, and I just want you to roll up through the spine nice and slow, and let's get to our end range, okay? So rolling up through the head, through the shoulders, all the way up as high as you can, and we're going to get a hold, okay? If you want to engage through your glutes, so squeeze your bottom together. This feels better for your lower back. If you feel a little bit more protected, go for it. You want to sit up and out of the shoulders. And let's hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then roll all the way down through the spine. All the way down. And rolling all the way back up again. If that wasn't enough for you, let's tuck the hands up a little bit closer towards the hips, rolling all the way up nice and slow, peel the shoulders off, rolling up through the ribs, pushing up onto the hands. You can let the hips push through, try not to collapse into the shoulders. And let's hold for 5, 3, 2, and 1, rolling all the way down. Nice work. Okay, so we're going to push back into a child's pose, and let's come up onto the fingertips. Little stretch through the shoulders and the upper back. Okay, and coming back forward from here. Okay, so coming up to standing, let's take the feet stacked directly underneath our sit bones here, so that's in line with the bony part of your bottom. Okay, and now from here we're going to take the arms all the way up through the all the way up towards the ceiling. Okay, taking a deep breath in, and now when we go into our back bend from here, let's just spend a little bit of time reaching tall while I talk to you. We want to think about reaching up and out of the spine. Our shoulders go back, our hips are staying where they are. We're reaching back as far as you can, and then the last bit of movement will be pushing through towards the hip flexors and closing that gap from our lower back towards our glutes as much as you can. Okay, so if you think about just pushing the hips straight forward from there, your range isn't going to be as big as it could be. Okay, so let's try and keep the hips where they are. You're reaching back from there, and then they reach forward. Okay, so let's take a deep breath in. And exhale, reaching back as far as you can through the shoulders, and then reaching forward with the hips. Chin to your chest. Let's roll all the way down through the spine, nice and slow. Just be careful when we're moving from extension to flexion. We want it to be nice and controlled, okay? So you shouldn't throw yourself forward or use momentum through any of this range. Let's do it again, taking a deep breath in. Exhale, coming back. Drawing all the way up and rolling through the spine. Last one. All the way forward and coming down. Okay, coming back to the floor, let's get into our hip flexor and our quad releasing work. So we'll just go with one leg forward and then one leg is tucked to the side. And now we're going to just reach back with the hands, and I want you to work on pushing the tailbone up towards the ceiling, so we're getting a tilt through the pelvis, and then we're going to push the opposite hip up towards the ceiling, and then lower all the way down. Good. Let's go 3 more. Lift and lower. 2 and last one. And holding it down now, You can either stay here if you're getting a stretch, otherwise your option is to walk back towards your elbows. Okay, and then the last option would be to be flat on the shoulders. Please, if this feels like a 6 or more out of 10, stay here. If you're not quite feeling the stretch, you can start to lower. Just be mindful of your foot and your ankle. Now, if this is hurting the ankle on the side, having the foot tucked, you can flex the foot. Your knee might lift off, but that's okay. You can just work on pushing it down and lifting the tailbone up towards the ceiling. Okay, and we're going to get a 30-second hold here. Keep breathing. You can try and relax into this stretch. Using that, pushing your lower back down towards the floor. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 2, and 1. Okay, so carefully coming out of it the way that you got into it. And let's go to the other side. Okay, so let's get our lifts through the hips, so rising up, squeezing through your bottom, and lower the hips down. Let's go 5 here. 3, 2, and last one. Lowering down, and now let's start to lower through the chest. Get to whatever range you can hold for that 30-second hold. Getting ready, and it's going to start in 3, 2, 1, 30 seconds, let's do it. Keep focusing on your breath, big breath in through the nose, exhale through the mouth. This feels so good on my hip flexor. I've been sitting a lot more lately, and I've actually been doing a lot of cycling because we only have one piece of cardio equipment left, which is the bike erg, so my hip flexors and quads have been feeling it a little bit. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Okay, coming up, and we're just going to get a little bit of rotation work through the spine for the shoulders as well to finish us off here. Okay, I am going to get you to come into a longer hold today after the video has finished for a 5-minute hold in your favorite position, so try and have a little think about that now while we move through this range. Okay, so we're going to come up into the 4-point kneel, and let's just take one hand behind your head. So I'm going to use my left hand first, and now I'm going to take my left elbow down to my right hand, and then rising all the way up, take the hand up towards the ceiling. Okay, and then hand comes back to the head and rotate all the way back down. Extend, bend, and lower. Let's go 2 more. And lower. And last one. And lower. Nice. Let's go other side. And coming all the way down. Try and keep the hands that's staying on the floor, try and keep that arm nice and straight, so try not to bend through the elbow to move through this range. Last one. And coming down. Okay, so we're going to be coming into a 5-minute hold from here. You have a couple of options. If you have a stretch that you know you like to spend some time in, you can just do that one. Okay, if you'd prefer to just have a relaxing lay down on your back, just in a position that you would sleep in for some reflective time, you can do that too. Okay, otherwise a couple of suggestions I could give you would be a frog position, reaching forward. It's good for our flexion, our external rotation through the hips. You could hold a middle split reach, just go as far as you can, reaching down and over the time, see if you can lower yourself a little bit. Okay, you could hold a child's pose, pushing through, and you could sink from one side to the other. Okay, or you could do the one where we elevate the feet up on the floor. So if you haven't done that one before, you just want your bottom about, say, 30 centimeters away from the wall. And then from there, we just extend the legs up. And they shouldn't be working at all to be up here, and it's a great drainage. It's good to reduce the inflammation through the legs there as well. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed today's stretch session. Hope you feel really good, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for joining me, and Hazel and Nugget, who have run off. Moving into our spinal warm-up now, we're going to start laying flat on our back, and we're going to get some knee drops from either side. What are you doing? Sit down. Off you go. Good girl. On your bed. Good girl. On your bed. Hazel, on your bed. On your bed.